Hey guys, welcome to part two of building the primer about page. We left off last time after we finished up this header part, but I realized that we actually broke something at the end. So when we added the animation to these divs, everything looks good except for this portion right here. And I wasn't exactly sure why it broke. So I had to do a little bit of research, and it happens that for some reason, I guess the CSS animations, they restack the layers, and it apparently breaks the before and after CSS properties. So we're not going to be able to do that on the about section. So I'm just going to remove that, and I'm also going to remove it from the H2. I'm going to be looking for a fix for this. I'm not exactly sure why it's happening. I've never seen it before, so if anybody knows exactly why it's happening, I found an issue on the GitHub for animate.css of somebody saying the same thing, and the creator said that's just how it works. There's not a lot we can do. So if anybody has a fix for that, I would love to hear it. So I took it off, and it's still, because I have to probably take the class off. Yeah, so that's fine for now. I would like that animation, but this will have to do for now. So let's move on. We're going to create the second part of it now, and we're going to create the team section. So basically each one of these containers that is for each one of us, we're going to be creating those now, and then we'll also create this footer call out. So let's get started with that. So let's create a new section. And let's just call it, let's give it a class. Not a class and an ID actually. The class can be, this is always the hardest part, just figuring out the name of the class, what you should name it. I mean, we could say team member. Yeah, I guess for now I'll just say team member. And this specific one, the reason we want the ID is since the colors within each one of these sections, there's a lot of stuff that's staying the same, but there's a lot of stuff that's changing. Mostly the colors, that's pretty much the only thing that's changing, and also the picture. But other than that, they're all going to be relatively the same. So for this one, we're just going to say it's the ID is Hunter. And let's create a bootstrap, initiate a bootstrap grid right here. So container, row, column. So we're going to have two columns. We're going to have one which is for the image, and then we're also going to have the other one which is going to have all the content in it. So this first one we can have, let's make it column medium 4. I think that should be fine. I think there might actually be a grid in here. No, he didn't include the grid. That's okay though. Yeah, we'll just mess with it as we go. For this though, I'm going to say team image, and that's just going to be an image source. Everything on this page. I can use WordPress specific code here to target that image exactly. So we'll do that, library images, so we'll say hunter.png, that's fine. We're going to make another column. We're going to have column medium 8. If you guys don't know what Bootstrap is, I would definitely go check it out. Very easy to learn, and it's extremely powerful. So for that, we're going to say team info. So what's the first thing? The first thing is just going to be their name. So that's going to be an H1 class of name. In this case, it's Hunter. How should we do that? So the next one will be just a regular div, and we'll just call it team role. So design guy for this one. Design guy, and then the next portion of it is just going to be some copy. So we'll just do that, copy all that. So that's solid. And the next one is going to be the social icons, so social links. I think he's got a little more than all of us because he's got his dribble on there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be. For now, we'll just hash those out. They're all the same color just based on these sections, so that's cool. So for these icons, we're using a library called Font Awesome. It's a free library for font icons. It's really cool, and it's free, which is also nice. If you guys wanted to use a more eclectic font family for icons, I would highly recommend looking at Fontastic. They basically bundle all the font icons into one and give you one CSS file to add to your website, or you can just link from their CDN, which is really cool. You can add your own icons, so extremely powerful, really cool website, would definitely recommend them. So he wants dribble first. So we'll grab dribble. So that's cool. Let's just 2, 3, 4. What's his next one? So he's got Instagram, Twitter. The new shitty Instagram logo. I'm going to do Twitter. And then finally LinkedIn. Okay. So those are all the icons there. We've pretty much got all of our markup for HTML now. So yeah, that's pretty much it right there, honestly. So let's grab his image. So we'll just double click his image. That's the bitmap. So we'll export it, export the bitmap. And what did we call it? Just 100.png. Right there. We'll add to our library of images. That should be good now. Sweet. I believe that's the same size, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's also make sure that we add a class of image responsive. Otherwise, you'll have this issue where you have this scroll bar because his image is not responding. So you'll also see that. Let's just look at it real quick and show you guys what I'm talking about. So the actual column is only that big, but you can see that his shirt is going past that, and that's because we need to add a class here to his image. This comes with Bootstrap by default. Responsive. So this basically just now makes it so that image is responsive. It's that easy. Not exactly sure why we have another scroll bar, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, so you can see how that's resizing now, which is pretty cool. So the next portion of it is, I'll make sure that there's a little bit of padding right there. So at least 20 pixels worth of padding on the top. So we're going to, and that's going to be for across the board, all team member sections. So padding top is going to be 20. Whoops. Yeah, so that's better. And then we're also going to want, for his specific one, just an ID of Hunter. That, I don't want that gradient. So in Sketch, again, you could just grab that, that code there. You just right click it and do copy CSS attributes. And that actually gives you some gradient code right there. I switched up the gradients just a little bit, at least with the direction. And it also doesn't come with all the prefix stuff too, so you need to add that after the fact. So I'm doing 260 degrees instead. It's going to be 0 to 100, so that looks good. Yeah, so we got the linear gradient. Now we need the rest of them. So we'll add that here, and then we'll just switch out all the. Oh, these are actually all the same. That was easy for that section then. So that's actually a different gradient then. So we're going to have to change this gradient up here, which is fine. So let's do that now. What's this overlay? What's the background? Oh, I see what he did. I wonder if we can just copy the CSS there. Are we that lucky? Maybe we are. Maybe we are. Let's see. For now, let's just comment that out and see what we get here. Yeah, definitely not that lucky. Actually, that doesn't look horrible. It's just the weird pink at the end. The top portion, it looks right though. So we're not going to add that at the end. That's probably what the issue is. Let's try just getting rid of that and doing 100 there. Yeah, that actually looks pretty dang good, so we'll do that. Yeah, that works. So now all we need to do is we need to make sure that we add the rest of the code here, the other vendor prefixes. So we've got linear gradient, so we'll just replace this. I need to change that to 260 as well. So we're going to replace this linear gradient and then match all the other ones. So we'll just grab that first number. Grab the second one. Okay, so that actually should be good to go now. So we did hunters, so that's perfect. Yeah, that looks great. Yeah, that's cool. That's definitely cool. So this one has a little more purple in it, but that's fine. Maybe we can tweak that one a little bit right now. Let's see how it looks. Let's just make it more, so if we want to move it down. Yeah, that's making it a lot more purple, which is pretty cool. Do 0 to 50 then. 0 to 60. Just trying to match the design as much as possible. We'll just do 0 to 75 is probably good. So we'll do that there. Yeah, so that'll look good. Just don't want it to clash with this section above it too much. But once we add the other colors, it'll be perfect. So that's perfect, I think, for now. Okay, so So now we can actually start doing the so we'll leave that up there, team members, so that's cool. Now we can start doing the global styles for the actual team member sections. Okay. So the first one is going to be the name that we're going to want to grab. So we can copy the CSS there. I think it was an H1 of name. Is that what we did? Oh, sorry, it's going to be team info. H1 of name. Yeah, that's correct. So that's good. Let's font weight bold. Let's get rid of the line height. That should be good right there. Okay, so that's cool. So then we need to do team info, and then it's going to be team role, I believe is what we called it. Yep, team role. So we're just going to grab that. So you can see how the copy and pasting of the style attributes from Sketch saves a decent amount of time. Ever since we've switched over to Sketch, it's been awesome. I've really liked it. Okay, so that looks okay. We're gonna do. I'm gonna just narrow that back down to 2. Line height we don't have to worry about, and a text transform uppercase on that one. Yeah, cool. Oh, I think I just did something. Yeah, I did just do something. There we go. Design guy. Okay, I think that's cool. So the only thing now what we have to do is we've got to bring it up to that to be right next to it. And to do that, I'm just going to float. I'm going to use floats to do that. And then we're also going to want the team info paragraph to have a clear of both, so it's not affected by those. Cool. We might actually want to do display inline block, so we have access to vertical line. Otherwise, this is kind of gonna. Let's get rid of that margin top on here first. 0. Now it's lined up right there with it, which is actually not right. What did I do there? So from here to the top, it's gonna be about 102. We already got 20 pixels of padding, so we need to minus that, so we have 80. So we need to do margin top 80. So now it's more centered than it was for sure. We're not going to use float. That was the wrong call there. I think we should do display inline block. Yeah, that's definitely going to work a lot better. I don't even know if we need that clear anymore. Let's just get rid of the clear for now. And that's going to be. See here. I'm just going to say it's about 10 pixels to the right of that, so let's do margin right. We'll just compare that visually. Oh yeah, that's good. The problem is now is we kind of need. Let's just get rid of the margin altogether on. Or the bottom, that is, on the name here. So now that should be lined up perfectly. Let's just do this. Check it. Yeah, that's lined up perfectly, so that's good. In his design, I believe it looks like it's vertically centered there, so maybe we should try that too. Yeah, how about we just don't mess with that and we'll do margin bottom? No. We're gonna have to do a margin top and do negative. Nope, that's not gonna work either. What's the best way to handle that? Yeah, because that's doing that. We can probably just do vertical align. I don't know why it's jumping so much. If we do vertical align top and then we just add margin to it, that would also work, but not really ideal. But it works. I'd say 96 right there. 96. Large top 96. Okay, well that's what we're gonna do then. Might be a little wonky unresponsive, but we can always tweak that later. That's easy. So let's add that here to our team role, vertical on top. Make sure that looks good. Yeah, so that's cool. So next thing we want to do is we want to do the paragraph. That's about 10 pixels above it. Margin top. I'm going to do 15, see how that looks. Yeah, that's too much. 10's perfect. Okay, let's copy the... Do they have shadows on them? I don't believe they have shadows. Did I just do that? I did just do that. Okay, I'm just going to right click it. It's regular, that's fine. Again, I'm just gonna go 22. Cool. Around, so around, right after around, it's going to break. Yeah, that looks good. I'm just lining up. I'm looking right here for the where the H is starting versus where it is on the this top header here, and it's pretty much exact. It's a little farther to the left, but that's okay. I think it still looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean we can probably add some padding left to it actually to help that cause. I think that'll actually help a little bit. So for the actual team info, I can just do padding left and do like 30 or something. Yeah, that actually looks really good, so we'll do that. So the team info, right here, do padding left 30, just to give it a little more space right there. Okay, so the next part of it we're gonna need to do is team info and then the social links. So we don't want those dots, so we're just going to do list style none. We don't want the default padding that comes with it as well. We don't want margin. We want the actual links to be horizontal, so we're going to do an inline block for that. So that's pretty good there. Since he isn't using this as text, I don't believe. Oh, why isn't that working? I don't believe he's using that for text. Yeah, it's just 30 by 30. So we're going to have to just kind of eye the size here, and we can do that. For now, I'm just going to say the color is white. Obviously, these colors aren't right yet since they're all specific, but I'm just creating generic styles for each one if they don't have specific styles. So now let's say, I think it's probably around 22. I think that's 25 pixels apart. So we also have to take into account that they are inline blocks, so there's going to be that 4 pixel margin already put there. So instead of 25, we'll say 21, or just 20 for now. I don't think that size is correct at all, either for the icons. Yeah, because they're 30 by 32, so it's probably going to be like 26 pixels. Let's just do this again. Get it right. Yeah, so let's change those to be 32. And then measure that and see where they were at here. So again, we still go up 34. So line that up. Yeah, so that's pretty damn close. That is just fine. So the only other thing is we need to add some margin top to it, 35, because this is only doing bottom, so 25 since the padding, or the margin bottom of the paragraph is already there. So we'll do margin top 25. And that'll really be the bare bones of those sections. Yeah, so that looks really good. So, what is different here? So we've got, in each one of these containers, the things that are changing are the background color, the team role, and then the social icon colors. So that's really, I believe that's it. Yeah, that's really it. That's all that's changing. So let's go ahead and do that. So for Hunter, we're going to do Hunter, and then we're going to change the team info team role. That's the first one. And then we're also going to change the social icons here. So we can actually just bundle these under the same selector since we're just changing colors anyways. So that is going to be this color. And let's put the specific stuff under the rest of it just to make sure that it's taking precedence. Yeah. So that is cool. We might as well add a hover to it as well. So for the A tag, at least for the social links we should. For the hover, we are going to change the color of it. So the way I usually do this is I just do 10% darker of whatever the actual color is. So I do that in Photoshop. I haven't found a way to do this in Sketch yet, so if anybody knows of a way to do this, I would love to know. I just paste it right here. I go to the brightness. Section right here. I hold Shift and then I press down, and that goes down 10%. And this is usually the color that I go with. So that's how I get it. So that should be good now, and it should be taking on that hover. Yep, that looks great. Very cool. Awesome. So now we got to do the other ones. Let's copy this whole thing. So the next team member is going to be Mason. I'm going to make Mason, I'm going to do mason.png, and also these columns are going to be switched because it's column 4 and 8 here. Over here it's going to be column 8 and then column 4. So let's do that. Okay. So obviously all this stuff is not going to be right. We need to grab Mason's picture here. So it looks like this one's probably going to need to cut this one to be trimmed a little bit. So let's look at Mason's and make sure. Yeah, so you can see us with Hunter's picture here. There's not any extra pixels on the left or right of him, so it's pretty much cut exactly to his. Actually, no, he does have a little bit. So Mason's, but to be safe, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna open this one in Photoshop, and I'm going to take the image. I'm going to trim it, and I'm going to trim it based on the transparent pixels available. And maybe there is none, and that's why it didn't work. Huh. Not exactly sure why that didn't work. Yeah, maybe there just isn't transparent pixels. We can try it with this and see how it works. Let me try trimming it one more time. Oops. Okay, that works. Let's add that to our images. So there we go. Mason should now be on our page. There he is, and he is a lot smaller than Hunter because of that the extra pixels there. So let's just do it manually. So I'm not exactly sure why we have this extra space over here, but I'm going to delete whatever is over there, and just now I'm going to try and trim it. Yeah, so there we go. Don't know what was going on there, but that should fix the issue. Replace. So now BitMason's the right size, so that's perfect. Very cool. So now let's add Mason's specific styling to it. So his let's just change the easy stuff first. So one is going to be that. So it's that color. We'll grab that color now. We'll figure out whatever the hover is once we get the gradient right. Okay, let's grab that gradient. So that's going to be, let's change to 260. So we've got that, so that's cool. Now let's change up the rest of the hex codes. Let's see how, whoops, let's try it with 100, I don't know why. Oh yeah, that's why we did that. Oh shit. Let's see what that looks like. Oops, and that's going to be the wrong one. We need to change this to Mason. that is a little too green for my taste. Definitely too green. But we're getting close. So we've got the blue over there. I think we can do like a negative number here, actually. Make that work. Yeah, that's gonna work perfectly, actually. It's actually gonna be a little darker than that, so we're gonna keep going. Let's do negative 100. 150. Let's do negative 120. Negative 175. Negative 75, not 175. Okay, so that's a lot better, actually. So that's what we'll use. Negative 75 to 100. Let's make sure. Yeah, I'll keep that 100. This is going to be negative 75. Gradients are a little tricky, and you kind of just gotta mess with them until you're happy. I'll probably go back over this page with our designer and make sure that everything is up to his standards as well. So we need to change those, obviously. I'm gonna change his name and all the info. Dribble, so we're getting rid of that. I think the only thing here is we have that. Which is totally fine. Yeah, so now we'll take that green and we'll get the 10% version of that green right here. Very subtle, but looks really good, so that's solid. So now we're going to do my section, and the best colors on this page, in my opinion. So we'll do that. It's going to be nick.png. Oops, did that now? I also do not have a dribble. So let's grab my image now. And export that as nic.png. Cool. So that's all look good. The images. So that looks really good too. So now we're going to do my specific styles. Same thing. So you can see that we now that we're using all of the same classes, it's making it pretty easy just to duplicate these sections, which is the way it should be. You should be using as many of the same classes as you possibly can. Where is the, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. So let's start with that. Okay, so let's take a look at that and see how that one came out. It came out really good, actually. I don't even know if I'm going to change that. I'm not changing that. That's perfect. So that one came out perfect. Now we just need to change those secondary colors. So grab that there. So now we can grab that, go to Photoshop, and do our hover. So that looks really good so far. Very happy with that. Let's keep going. We got one more section, so we're gonna do Rock Dog, the best dog in the world. I'm gonna do him next. So I'm just gonna copy Mason's section since it's pretty much the same. And it's gonna be Rocky. He's going to be, what should his role be? Security. We'll do security. For now, we'll just keep that copy since we don't have any. I might make him a Facebook later, you know, so we'll see. But for now, I'll just get rid of, just comment this out. Team image, we'll just name it Rocky. We'll grab that, export Rocky, bring him over. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. What a great looking dog. So now we will make his specific colors. I think his specific colors are actually the exact same as Mason's. Yes, they are. So we're just going to copy Mason's colors exactly for now. I'll probably end up changing this, but for the for lack of time here, we'll just copy. I'll probably end up doing some parallax stuff with these pictures as well. That might be cool. Well, maybe not. We'll see. And there we go. There's Rock Dog. And on Rock Dog, since he doesn't have any of the social stuff, I'm actually going to change the vertical height here. Yeah, okay, so we'll do team info. So what is it currently at? I don't want to do it like 140. Yeah, I'll do 140 for him. Watching top 140, and for team well we need to do the same thing. Is it at 96? Okay. Figure that one out. If I do margin top 155. I'm gonna need a little more than that. Let's do 160 is perfect. Great, that looks awesome. Very cool. That's looking good. I think the only thing I want to change is maybe want to add a little more padding left on these ones. The ones that are off to the left would probably want to do that, and I'll just do that manually for now, just to override reduce. It's going to be on the. Where are we doing it now? So we added that 30 pixel, remember? So that was like, oh, team info. So on team info, we'll just override it with an inline style, and we'll say padding left 60. We'll do that for Rockies too. So obviously the inline styles are going to be taking precedence here over the, yeah, that looks great. So do that. So the only thing left, I know it's been a lot of copying and pasting, but we've got this whole page pretty much built out now. The only thing left is our call to action. I believe I have that on another page too. So we can just grab that. Might be on the home page. It's pretty damn similar. I'm just going to copy the exact same gradient there. The only difference is this is bold, and I think that's actually a better idea here, so we're going to do the same thing. Footer CTA, font weight, it's going to be bold. Yeah, it's going to be, that looks way better. 575. So 575. Font weight bold. We don't want the padding to be that high either, in my opinion. I think it's a little lower than that. Let's do 60. Split it down the middle. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, so we're just going to copy the home page call, footer call out. Just a simple section like that. Pop it down here. The only thing I think that changes is the text of the buttons and stuff. Let's look at that. And this one's just going to go to the work page. Yeah, and there we go. That looks awesome. Very cool. So, I know that that one ran kind of long, but we finished up this page. We ported Sketch into an HTML and CSS document, actually into WordPress. The next step is going to make this whole page customizable through WordPress, so that you'd be able to go through the edit page tab, and back here you'd be able to edit all this info. So you know, if we were handing it off to a client, which in this specific case we're not, I'm really just doing this for an exercise to show you guys how you could do it, since it's really just extra work for me. But basically you'll be able to edit, instead of logging in via FTP, you'll be able to just do all the editing through the edit page panel. So yeah, that'll make it a lot easier. For now, I'm just going to change this up to about, just simplify it. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and creating this page. If you guys have any questions or any answers to the stuff that I hit when we were going, let me know. Thanks for watching.